What it do, gang? It's your girl Grizz back like I never left. For those who are not familiar with who I am, my name is Grizz Blanco. I'm an artist, creative, entrepreneur based out of Philadelphia, PA. And for the folks who have already been here, I'm back. I'm not going to vanish like I did before. Pretty much. For those who are new here, I recently posted a video for the first time going into 2025 in like almost probably 3 years about me losing my job. Now, for the folks who have been here, I have done a lot of creative things outside of the internet and the web, and I recently last year in the summertime, June, and in the fall of 2023, hosted 2 art exhibits solo completely. So I'm gonna post pictures in here about from both shows and everything like that. Yes, so I had 2 shows. I got featured in some other exhibits, and it just wasn't enough though. Like, where I'm at in my creative journey and where I want to be at. I mean, my full-time job letting me go was not it sucks, of course, because I've never, I never gotten fired from anywhere before, but for me personally, I was already not in a space to continue to be anxious about what I was doing or what I wasn't doing enough of. And I wanted to get back to me as a creative going into 2025. Last year, I had dealt with some very tough battles, and one of the tough battles I had encountered was losing my grandfather. And it was so different. This death was so different because it was so close to me, where it really kind of put me in a dark place for the last couple of months, on top of just dealing with like my health and trying to get things in order, pretty much. Over the last, I would say 4 or 5 years, I've gained some weight. I wasn't really in a good headspace. I was working 2 jobs and trying to maintain and trying to push myself through doing the creative endeavors that I want to be doing on a regular basis, full time, X, Y, and Z, and stuff like that. And then I said to myself, like in December, I was like, I got to go into 2025 and really get back to me, get back to the person that I know who I am, is to make a fit for somewhere to go, to paint on a fit that I gotta go, or to sculpt something or be the way, speaking more, expressing myself more verbally, whether it is through, poetry, whether it's through spoken word, whether it's through, music. So I wanted to really get back to me, as well physically. I started kind of getting back to being on a very strict regimen, with me like getting back to my physical self, the self that I'm familiar with, getting my anxiety back in line, because at a point in time it was starting to become very crippling instead of being high functioning. And pretty much just go into the year knowing that this year is the year of the snake. And snakes tend to represent, rebirthing and basically kind of letting go of that old shell. So it's kind of giving like when Mr. Krabs lost his shell, and then like SpongeBob had to be his shell. So it's like kind of that vibe. Like, it's just trying to get back to the old you, but in a new improved version of yourself. There's so many things that I've dealt with and encountered, people I've met, people I've spoken to, experiences I've had over the last 5 years that definitely have put a positive and negative effect on me. I think the negative effect is knowing that it's okay to have gone through things, but then also understanding that they can't dictate your future. And I think that's the positive takeaway of understanding to take what you learn from that and then move forward. So that's pretty much where I'm at with it in my journey of getting back to my old self. So for 2025, I have established myself with a vision board, a couple, been really tapping into like manifesting a little bit more and having more positive self-talk, having stronger boundaries, and really understanding like when I am overstimulated or I have things going on, to like, instead of having to feel like you have to explain to somebody why you don't want to talk, it's just if I explain that I'm like, I have stuff going on, to just kind of like, and they can't, respect that, just to not even engage. So it's just kind of really kind of pulling my energy back from trying to be everybody's person, savior, go-to, whatnot. And that's really where I'm at with it right now. As I am going back into this endeavor and getting back to my old self, it's a lot of purging of feelings and people and whatnot. And I think that, it's crazy how the Lord works. It's like you say to the Lord, like, remove anything that is not meant for me, and then boom, you lose your job. And it's like, of course, you're disappointed because you're like, damn, I need to, I need money. I need a job so I can live and, do what I want to do, to further what my, passions are. But I'm taking this time to really just decompress and really reconfigure myself, getting some rest and whatnot. I know my under eyes don't give rest. That's just somewhat natural. I've had those since I was a baby, but thanks pops. But pretty much just like really kind of getting back to that, having clearer skin and from the inside and out. I meal prep, go to the gym, being consistent, and just showing up for myself more. So that's just where I'm also at with it as well. So me coming back on YouTube is kind of one of those things where it's like, it is my way of being able to hold myself accountable, A, and then B, really show y'all like what is going on in my world and the creative journey that I'm on, and and manifesting where it takes me, pretty much. So anybody who does have a YouTube channel or doesn't have a YouTube channel or wants to do anything but they were kind of afraid to do it, just do it. This life is very short, and there's an avenue, and a message for today is from me, and just 2025 is, we have seen so much chaos taking place in the last 4 or 5 years. We've seen a lot of death, we've seen a lot of mourning, we've seen a lot of pain, we've seen a lot of grief. I really think that this is the year, as we are halfway through the 2020s, which is insane to say. It is really important for us as humans that whatever we're passionate about or we were afraid to do, you have to take that chance. As long as it doesn't put you in jeopardy of whatever you have already established, you have to take that chance. You have to listen what the universe is telling you. You have to really just have faith in yourself. I'm nowhere near where I want to be at, but I also look back at the things that I've done where I can say, I did these things, so the next thing that I want to do isn't impossible to do. And that it takes steps to get there. It takes a lot of learning. It takes a lot of purging, like I mentioned earlier. And it takes a lot of wanting to put yourself out there. I think even as a creative and an artist, we're very sensitive about our shit, like Erykah Badu said. So it's like anything that we are so precious about and passionate about, we'd be afraid to get any negative, criticism or whatever, because it's something that we're creating and we believe in it. So we hope everybody else believe in it. But as long as you believe in it, it works. So I think that's something that I want everybody to take away, whether it's you starting a YouTube channel, whether it's you being more consistent, whether it's you posting fits, or it's you posting videos of you cooking or whatever. Just, even just the image of influencing, it has changed. Influencing is just like people are now being a little bit more humanistic with their influencing. So in itself, it is something that is ever changing and ever evolving, and it is just really on some carpe diem. Like, you really have to seize the day and just create. Nothing can stop you but you. You're your own worst enemy and your own hero. So that is my takeaway for today. Again, if you're new here, thank you. I hope you tap in, stay with me on my journey, and see you next time.